who's that?
Man, just keep your mouth shut.
Hey, Travis, can I have a word?
I'm busy.
Won't take long.
But what is it?
Can we talk in my car?
Why can't we talk right here?
Because I'd like to speak in private.
Well, what you say to me, you can say to old Conrad back there.
Damn straight.
All right. I came here to tell you that you are a walking argument for birth control, and you don't have the balls or the brains that God gave a field mouse. And if you go near my daughter again, I will kill you and your entire inbred family.
Are you done?
You broke my nose! And it will be the last thing you ever do.
The film opens late at night in the bustling heart of New York City, where a striking young woman named Hazel King prepares for an encounter with someone special. Dressed to impress, she heads out to meet her one-night stand, but beneath her glamorous exterior lies a chilling truth. Hazel is a hitwoman. After executing her target with cold precision, she methodically wipes away the blood from his mouth and cleanses her fingerprints from his hands and body, leaving no trace behind before abandoning his lifeless form in the hotel room. Fast forward 20 years, and Hazel has reinvented herself as the owner of a quaint diner, where she spends her days serving mundane meals to unsuspecting customers who remain blissfully ignorant of her dark past. She has transformed into a seemingly free and friendly woman, always engaging warmly with her regular patrons. Whenever a police officer stops by for a meal, Hazel discreetly waives the bill, a gesture that does not go unnoticed by her teenage daughter, Joy King. Curious about her mother's actions, Joy confronts Hazel, who explains that maintaining good relations with the police is essential for ensuring a swift response in case of emergencies. As their conversation unfolds, Joy's attention is drawn to her boyfriend, Travis, lounging in one of the diner's chairs. Sensing her mother's disdain for him, Joy boldly requests that Hazel hand over her college savings so she can escape Las Vegas and start anew with Travis. Taken aback by her daughter's audacity, Hazel chastises Joy for even considering such a plan and firmly refuses to part with the funds. She urges Joy to break up with Travis, whom she believes to be a bad influence. However, Joy defends her boyfriend, insisting he is a good person, which sparks a heated argument between them. Frustrated and determined, Joy declares that she will leave with Travis regardless of the college savings. Later that same day, as Joy serves a customer who claims to have no money after enjoying his meal, she confronts him angrily for his deceit. Just then, Hazel steps in to mediate and learns that the man is homeless and unable to pay for his food. Compassionately, she offers him a dishwashing job and a place to stay. After checking the room he will occupy, he introduces himself as Elliot, and Hazel reciprocates with her own name. Meanwhile, Joy's boyfriend continues to pressure her for money to fund their escape, but she insists he find another way. The following day, as Hazel tends to her usual customers, she spots Joy returning home wearing sunglasses. Concerned, she abandons her duties to question her daughter about the eyewear, only to discover that Joy has a swollen eye. When Joy tries to explain that it was an accident caused by Travis, Hazel's anger flares up. Back at home, Hazel changes into a fierce outfit and retrieves a gun from beneath her bed before setting off to confront her daughter's boyfriend. Upon arriving at his location and demanding a private conversation, Travis scoffs at her request and mocks her alongside his mechanic friend.
Hey, who's that?
Man, just keep your mouth shut.
Hey, Travis, can I have a word?
I'm busy.
Won't take long.
But what is it?
Can we talk in my car?
Why can't we talk right here?
Because I'd like to speak in private.
Well, what you say to me, you can say to old Conrad back there.
Damn straight.
All right. I came here to tell you that you are a walking argument for birth control, and you don't have the balls or the brains that God gave a field mouse. And if you go near my daughter again, I will kill you and your entire inbred family.
Are you done?
You broke my nose! And it will be the last thing you ever do.
In a fit of rage, Hazel snatches his phone and hurls it away before ordering him to sit in the trunk of her car while she binds him with tape. With Travis securely restrained, Hazel drives deep into the Nevada desert. After several miles, she halts the car and pulls him from the trunk. They walk toward an ominous grave, and without warning, she shoves him into the dark abyss below. As the tension in the air thickened, Hazel revealed a chilling truth. She had dug the grave on the very first day she got to know Travis, fully aware that one day he would harm her daughter. The weight of her words hung heavy in the silence, and before anyone could process the gravity of what she had just said, a gunshot echoed through. Without a backward glance, she left the grave unmarked, a stark reminder of her resolve. The following day, Joy attempted to reach out to her boyfriend, but her messages went unanswered. Growing anxious, she confronted her mother about Travis's sudden disappearance. Hazel, quick to deflect, lied that she and Travis had simply argued, prompting him to leave the city alone. Joy, however, was unconvinced. She revealed that Travis's family had a reputation for violence and would seek revenge if anything happened to him, but Hazel remained unfazed, dismissing her daughter's concerns with an air of indifference. Frustrated and angry, Joy stormed off, leaving Hazel alone with her thoughts. It was then that Elliot approached Hazel, seeking to comfort her. However, their moment was interrupted when they noticed a suspicious man lurking nearby, taking photographs of Elliot. Hazel stepped forward to confront him, but he slipped away without uttering a word. As she returned inside, she found Elliot in the kitchen, visibly shaken and having a meltdown. When he caught sight of her, he quickly masked his distress with a facade of normalcy. That night, Elliot was jolted awake from a nightmare and attempted to sneak out of the house. He unexpectedly ran into Hazel, who seized the moment to inquire about the mysterious man who had been photographing him. Elliot feigned ignorance, claiming to know nothing about it. When Hazel pressed him about his past and any hidden secrets, he agreed to share his story, but only if she revealed her own first. Reluctantly, she declined, and they parted ways for the night. Later, as Hazel settled down, she noticed the same mysterious man camping outside to take more photos of Elliot. When he finally drove away, curiosity piqued, she decided to follow him to a nearby motel. Stealthily, she entered his room and knocked him down. As he regained consciousness, he found Hazel standing over him with a gun aimed at his chest. When she demanded answers about the photos, he revealed that he was a freelance journalist working on a story about Elliot. He confessed that Elliot had murdered someone and was currently on the run. Urging her to check his computer for evidence, he provided a lead that would change everything. On the screen, Hazel discovered a news article detailing how Elliot had once been a renowned heart surgeon who killed his girlfriend in a drunk driving accident. He had served 4 years in prison before being released. Stunned by this revelation, Hazel took the man's computer and left. Life in the diner returned to its usual rhythm as she resumed her daily routine of serving customers. However, that day she found Joy in tears over her missing boyfriend. Hazel approached her daughter in an attempt to console her, but Joy walked away in frustration. As Hazel chased after her, she unexpectedly bumped into an old friend outside the diner, Phil. He informed her that their former boss had just been released from prison. The news sent a jolt of realization through Hazel. She understood his motives for seeking her out. Phil instructed her to meet him at their usual spot the following day. As she turned to re-enter the diner, he remarked on Joy's character and praised Hazel for raising such a strong daughter. His compliments ignited a flicker of anger within her. The next morning, while sharing breakfast with Elliot, Hazel recounted her encounter with the journalist and presented him with some files she had taken from the man. In response, Elliot confessed that he had performed surgery on the journalist's father, surgery that had ended tragically and sparked the reporter's vendetta against him through relentless articles about his past mistakes. After hearing Elliot's story, Hazel contemplated her next move and asked him for a favor. Hazel found herself in a precarious situation and desperately pleaded with Elliot to look after her daughter while she ventured out of the city for the night. He readily agreed, providing her with a sense of relief. That evening, she kept her appointment with her former boss, who welcomed her warmly after 2 decades apart. As they settled into conversation, he recounted their first meeting when she was just 15 and homeless. He had taken her in, training her to become a formidable assassin. After reminiscing, the boss made his intentions clear. He wanted her back on duty. He offered her a substantial advance payment to eliminate a target named Perry Gamble. However, Hazel firmly declined, insisting she had no desire to return to her former life. Sensing her resolve, Vaughn mentioned Joy's name and hinted at his knowledge of her missing boyfriend. The veiled threat struck a chord with Hazel, prompting her to reconsider the job offer. That night, she ventured to a casino to discreetly observe Perry. Upon returning home, she shared a drink with Elliot, revealing fragments of her troubled past, her struggles with addiction and how a man had rescued her only to ensnare her in a life of violence. After their drink, she invited Elliot to share an intimate moment with her. The following day, Hazel met Elliot again, informing him of her plans to leave that night and asking him once more to look after Joy. He agreed without hesitation. Later that evening, dressed seductively, she made her way back to the casino. She feigned a chance encounter with Perry, who was pleasantly surprised to see her and invited her up to his private suite. As they reminisced over drinks, Hazel seized the opportunity to pour him another cup while he spoke about his business. In a calculated move, she slipped a drug into his drink and offered it back to him. Unaware of her true intentions, Perry accepted the cup but paused, questioning why she had vanished from his life after their brief affair 2 decades ago. He confessed his lingering love for her, which sent ripples of unease through Hazel. Just as he was about to take a sip from the tainted drink, she abruptly snatched it away and kissed him passionately. As the kiss deepened, a knock at the door interrupted them. Perry went to attend to the visitor, and in that moment, Hazel discreetly hid the drink to prevent him from consuming it. When he returned, they shared another kiss and discussed plans to meet again. With her mission temporarily on hold, Hazel returned to her routine at the diner, where Elliot continued working as a dishwasher. Unbeknownst to her, he was actually an undercover agent reporting back to Vaughn. Vaughn had tasked him with monitoring Hazel's every move. Later that day, one of the local police officers expressed concern to Hazel about the rising number of missing teenage girls in the area. She turned to her chef for insight, but he had nothing to offer. The officer urged her to report any information she might uncover regarding the disappearances. Phil soon appeared at the diner to remind Hazel that Perry would be leaving town soon, pressing her to complete the job before it was too late. Sensing her hesitation, he ominously warned her that failing to fulfill the task could jeopardize her daughter's safety. Angered by his threats, Hazel stormed off, prompting Elliot to follow and comfort her. She confided in him about needing to leave again and pleaded for him to watch over Joy once more. Seeing her distress, he embraced her, but she quickly pulled away. Once she departed, Elliot sent a text message to Phil, informing him that Hazel intended to carry out the task that night. Later that evening, Hazel quietly slipped into Joy's room to check on her daughter, ensuring she was safe before heading into the unknown once more. Hazel made her way to meet Elliot, her heart heavy with the weight of her decision. She needed to inform him about her plans to take on a job that night. As she revealed her intentions, Elliot's expression shifted from concern to desperation. He tried to dissuade her from leaving, fearing for her safety. But Hazel was resolute, insisting that she had to do what needed to be done. She coldly declared that whatever had transpired between them was a mistake, and it had to end immediately. With that, she turned and walked away, leaving Elliot with a sense of foreboding. Once she was gone, he promptly called their boss to provide an update. Meanwhile, Hazel arrived at the hotel where Perry awaited her. With determination, she loaded her gun before stepping into the elevator that would take her to him. Unbeknownst to her, as Perry lounged in his hotel room, a courier arrived with a package containing a photograph of Joy. The image struck him like a bolt of lightning, revealing that Hazel had a daughter who was nearly 20 years old. As he sat in stunned silence, trying to process this revelation, his wife barged into the room. Quick on his feet, Perry lied, claiming he wasn't cheating and that he had prepared the romantic atmosphere for their date. At that moment, Hazel experienced a shift in her resolve. Instead of heading to Perry, she drove to her boss's hideout. Upon arrival, she confronted one of the guards and killed him swiftly. The boss observed the scene through surveillance cameras and ordered Phil to handle the situation. Hazel then made her way deeper into the hideout, where the boss awaited her with a gun in hand. However, she anticipated his move and shot him in the arm before he could react. Desperate to sway her decision, he revealed that Elliot was working undercover for him, hoping to manipulate her emotions. But Hazel remained unfazed by his attempts at rage baiting. She stood firm in her conviction and confessed that she no longer wanted to be part of his world. In a moment of shocking clarity, she called him Dad before pulling the trigger, revealing a truth that shattered any lingering ties. He was indeed her father. With blood staining her clothes, Hazel returned home and immediately washed herself clean before checking on Joy. The next morning, as she walked past Elliot without acknowledging his greeting, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. As she prepared to start her shift at the diner, Joy approached her, and they shared a heartfelt hug. After Joy left, she attempted to follow but was startled by a low calling sound from behind. Turning around, she was shocked to see her boyfriend with blood smeared across his face. He hadn't died after all. He gestured for her to remain silent, and she nodded in agreement. Joy then asked Hazel if she could borrow the car, and upon receiving permission, she gave her mother a quick peck before departing. Meanwhile, Hazel resumed taking orders from customers but soon noticed that the chef was absent from the kitchen. Concerned, she went in search of him but was met with danger when another man pulled out a gun and fired multiple shots at her. Elliot rushed over to Hazel's side, desperately trying to staunch the bleeding from her wounds as chaos unfolded around them. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more recaps. Until next time, have a wonderful day.